Welcome! Imagine walking down a bustling city street in a foreign country and bumping into your childhood friend from a small town halfway across the world. Now, isn't that something? You're strolling through a city, an ocean away from your home, and you bump into a familiar face, someone you haven't seen in years. The odds are mind-boggling, and yet here they are, standing right before you in the flesh. This is not a scene from a movie, but a real-life experience that many of us have encountered in some form. The question is, how do we make sense of such improbable events? Is it merely a random coincidence, or could there be a more intriguing explanation? Enter the world of synchronicity, a term coined by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. This concept refers to meaningful coincidences that seem too significant to be mere chance. These are moments where separate events or experiences with no apparent connection converge in a way that holds a special meaning for the individual experiencing them. You see, synchronicity doesn't dwell in the realm of the ordinary. It thrives in the extraordinary, in those moments that make you stop and wonder if there's a hidden pattern to the universe, a subtle harmony humming beneath the chaos. Synchronicity can be as simple as thinking about a person you haven't talked to in years, and then, out of the blue, receiving a call from them. Or it can be as complex as dreaming about an event that later happens in real life, in the exact way you dreamed it. These experiences challenge our understanding of reality. They push us to question our assumptions about how the world works. They invite us to entertain the possibility that there might be more to life than meets the eye. So, as we delve deeper into this fascinating concept, we will explore its psychological and philosophical implications. We will question the nature of coincidences and consider whether they might be glimpses into a more mysterious, interconnected reality. Could this be a mere coincidence, or is there something more at play here? As we journey into the world of synchronicity, get ready to ponder this question and many more. What if these coincidences are not random at all, but rather signs from the universe guiding us towards our destiny? Let's delve deeper into the fascinating world of synchronicity. The term synchronicity was first coined by Carl Jung, the renowned Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst in the 20th century. He used it to describe the meaningful coincidence of two or more events where something other than the probability of chance is involved. Synchronicity is an intriguing concept that has its roots in different cultures and belief systems across the globe. It's like a cosmic connect-the-dots, where seemingly unrelated events align in an eerily perfect way, stirring up a sense of wonder and mystery. In the East, the Chinese philosophy of Tao believes in the flow of natural and spontaneous events that are interconnected. The Tao, often described as the way or the path, suggests that everything in the universe is inherently linked. Meanwhile, the Western interpretation of synchronicity often leans towards the spiritual or divine. Many people see synchronicities as signs or messages from a higher power, meant to guide us on our life's journey. And then there's the scientific perspective, which views synchronicities as mere statistical anomalies. These are the skeptics who chalk it up to probability and the law of large numbers. They argue that with billions of events happening every day, the odds are that some of them will coincide in a meaningful way purely by chance. But what if it's more than that? What if there's a hidden pattern, an unseen thread weaving through our lives, connecting these events? Jung believed that synchronicity gave us a glimpse into the underlying order of the universe. He suggested that it was a manifestation of the collective unconscious, a concept he proposed that describes how structures of the unconscious mind are shared among beings of the same species. So, could these synchronicities be mere chance, or do they hint at a deeper underlying order in the universe? Science often dismisses such events as mere coincidence, but could there be more to it than meets the eye? Let's delve into the psychological aspects of synchronicity. The human mind is a complex, pattern-seeking machine. It thrives on making connections, spotting similarities and deriving meanings even from random data. This phenomenon is known as apophenia. It's the reason we see shapes in clouds, faces on the moon, or why we find it amusing when we meet someone who shares our birthday. But apophenia alone isn't enough to explain synchronicity. The Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, who coined the term, argued that synchronicity goes beyond mere pattern recognition. He suggested that synchronicities are not just coincidences, but meaningful coincidences. They are instances where external events mirror our internal states, thoughts, or emotions. Jung's theory states that our unconscious mind can influence the world around us to create these meaningful coincidences. This might sound like the stuff of fantasy, but consider the placebo effect, where a person's belief in a treatment's effectiveness can produce real physiological changes. However, it's important to note that Jung's theory of synchronicity is not widely accepted in the scientific community. Critics argue that it lacks empirical evidence and relies heavily on subjective experiences. So is synchronicity just our minds seeking patterns and connections where none exist? Perhaps. But some researchers suggest that it could also be a form of intuition or a glimpse into the interconnectedness of all things. Cognitive scientists are also exploring the role of confirmation bias in our perception of synchronicities. This is our tendency to notice and remember events that confirm our beliefs while ignoring those that don't. So if you believe in synchronicities, you're likely to notice more of them. In conclusion, whether synchronicity is a psychological illusion or a peek into the fabric of reality is still up for debate. Is our mind playing tricks on us, or are we tapping into a hidden realm of reality? As we delve deeper into this fascinating topic, keep an open mind and remember, sometimes the most extraordinary discoveries are made when we dare to question the ordinary. What if these synchronicities are not just random events, but signposts guiding us towards our destiny? Imagine for a moment you're strolling down the labyrinth of life, and these synchronicities are the enigmatic clues hinting at the path you're meant to tread. Intriguing, isn't it? Well, there are theories that suggest just that. Many philosophers and scholars have grappled with this concept, attempting to decode the intricate dance of synchronicity and destiny. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist who first coined the term synchronicity, believed that these meaningful coincidences could provide profound insights into our lives and our place in the universe. Then there's the Eastern philosophy of karma, which suggests that every action, every decision, every seemingly insignificant moment is interconnected, weaving the tapestry of our destiny. This idea extrapolates synchronicities as not just mere coincidences, but as the universe's way of communicating with us, guiding us towards our higher purpose. Quantum mechanics even dips its toes into this enigma, with theories suggesting that our conscious and subconscious minds, through the observer effect, might have the ability to influence and create these synchronicities. This implies that perhaps we're not just passive observers in the universe, but active participants molding our destiny. Of course, the skeptic in us might argue, isn't it all just a case of apophenia, the human tendency to perceive connections and meaningful patterns within random or meaningless data? And indeed, that's a valid point. Our brains are pattern-seeking machines, always striving to find order in chaos. However, what if these patterns are not mere illusions? What if they are the universe's cryptic language? After all, is it not more poetic to think of the universe as an enigmatic storyteller whispering our destiny through the language of synchronicities? Are we simply reading too much into these events, or are they indeed breadcrumbs leading us towards our fate? It's a question that lingers, a question that fuels our curiosity, a question that, ultimately, only you can answer. Now think about your own life. Have you ever experienced a synchronicity that left you wondering? We've all had those moments, haven't we? Those uncanny instances that seem too perfect to be mere happenstance. Perhaps it was finding a long-lost friend in a city of millions, or maybe it was a book falling off a shelf, opening to the exact page you needed for your research. These moments of synchronicity weave themselves into the fabric of our lives, adding an extra layer of intrigue and wonder. Let's delve into some real-life experiences shared by others. Take the tale of famous writer Mark Twain. Born as Halley's Comet streaked across the sky, he predicted he'd exit the world with it as well. And lo and behold, he passed away one day after the comet's next appearance. A coincidence or a predestined synchronicity? Or consider the case of a viewer who shared their story with us. They were having a rough day and feeling quite low. As they walked home, a random thought about a childhood song popped into their head. Upon reaching home, they turned on the TV, and guess what was playing? Yes, that very same song. A simple coincidence or a comforting message from the universe? And then there's the story of the British soldiers from the First World War who saw a vision of an angelic figure in the skies during the Battle of Mons. This sighting, shared by several soldiers, allegedly gave them the courage to fight on. A hallucination born out of desperation, or a synchronicity meant to bolster their spirits? Each of these stories, whether they're from famous personalities or everyday people like you and me, have one thing in common. They all experienced moments that seemed too perfectly timed or too connected to be mere coincidences. So, it's time to ponder on this. Could these personal experiences be mere coincidences, or do they offer a peek into the grand tapestry of life? As we delve deeper into the mysteries of the universe, we are left with more questions than answers. In our exploration today, we've encountered the curious concept of synchronicity, a phenomenon that dances on the line between coincidence and destiny. We've unraveled its psychological and philosophical underpinnings and even dipped our toes into the science behind these mysterious coincidences. We've also heard your stories, those unexplained moments where the universe seemed to align just for you. These instances that make you pause and wonder, was that mere chance or was it meant to be? The enigma of synchronicity continues to captivate us, sparking endless debates and theories. It's a fascinating conundrum that blurs the line between science and spirituality, randomness and order, coincidence and destiny. So what do you think? Are synchronicities mere coincidences, or do they hint at a hidden order in the universe? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below.